Hi, well, I'm here with Connie Field, and we're going to be looking at documentaries tonight. I love documentaries.
Yes, and what's great about the lineup that you have is that every one of those documentaries is a different documentary form, especially Araya, which is, I think, one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And in Harlan County, that's what we call Verite, and those were cameras you could carry around and go in the field and just follow action and what was going on. My film, Rosie, fits in what I call the oral history tradition, told by the people who lived it. And Portrait of Jason was the only film at that time that was a single character portrait.
Shocking. It's pretty startling.
Yeah.
Well, talk about an arc of film.
Yes.
Well, this next documentary, I can't wait to talk about, just with other people, because seeing it for the first time, I was aware of Shirley Clarke. I've never seen any of her films. I watched this Portrait of Jason. I also watched The Connection. I find her to be a very polarizing kind of filmmaker. This film, for me, it was, I watched it, I said I made one note, disturbing, and then I just watched. Ingmar Bergman called this the most fascinating film he's ever seen. Some people, didn't like it at all. Some people call it a masterpiece. So for me, that's already fascinating.
Well, I think a couple of things. Is that one, that even though the main character of Jason, or what's his real name, Aaron, or
we never know. Jason, he can say, the movie begins, that's all I'm going to say about it. My name is Jason Holliday.
Well, because that name is a fake name.
Yes.
He, as a personality, is on some levels a fake personality in the sense that he is a performer.
Yes.
And he's someone who uses humor. He wanted to be a stand-up comic or be on cabaret or whatever. He would have been great at it. He is great at it. And he's someone who's telling you the reality of his life, but humorously, as a joke almost.
Yes.
It's a way of kind of deflecting the pain. But if you really look at what he's talking about and what he has been through in life as a black man,
yes,
and as a gay black man, and as a hustler.
Yes.
So this guy has been...
Who wants to be a cabaret performer?
But this is his life.
Yes.
He is a servant or he's a hustler.
Yes.
That's his reality.
And the other thing that's fascinating about the film is that it is filmed in a 12-hour long day's journey, into this man. And I mean, the movie begins and it's out of focus. And that's already, to me, is that amateurish, or is that a specific choice?
It's a specific choice.
Yeah.
And she made a lot of very interesting specific choices. And her life was very interesting because, yes, she did come from this very wealthy family, but she was, well, like the black sheep art child, totally alienated from that. And like a lot of, it's very typical actually, a lot of white people who are very alienated from their social environment get very attracted to a different environment. And in this case, she was very attracted to black life. She made, I think, most all her films about black life. She certainly understood the oppression that black Americans went through, but she was also someone very appreciative of their beauty and of their unique talents. Like, she made films about jazz musicians, and so for her time, which was really the 50s into the late 60s, was very, very unique, and especially as a women film director, very unique.
Well, we're going to meet Jason right now. From 1967, here is the TCM premiere of Shirley Clarke's Portrait of Jason.